Hey folks, Adrian Amos here with some pretty exciting information about Microsoft Loop. And we've all been waiting very patiently since Microsoft first talked about Loop at Ignite back in November of 2021. We hadn't really seen a lot of details yet. And I had asked the question on Twitter just a couple of weeks ago when we were going to start to see some progress on this, and I got news back from some folks that there was a little bit of tooling starting to show up in some of the first run tenants. And I'm very excited to say that as of this week, we're starting to see it pop up in Teams, and I verified that I have access to this in a couple of separate tenants. So let's dig into it and see what we've got and see where things are going and see where the edges are still a little rough. So first off, when we're in a Teams meeting or in Teams chat, we're going to see that we have this new icon down here right in the type a new message section. And if we click on this guy, it's going to bring up live components that we can add. Now what you're seeing actually up here is already a live component. It is a loop, if you will. In fact, if you look at it on the mobile phone app for Teams, it actually does call it a loop and not a live component. But underneath these live components, we have the options to create bulleted lists, checklists, numbered lists, paragraphs, tables, and we come in and choose the size of the table that we want, or even a task list. And you'll see that the options are exactly the same over here in the Teams chats. Once we create one of these lists, though, we have the option to start adding content to it. And because this is a live list, anything that I do to it is going to start happening immediately in both spaces. So let's say we're going to add an object to this list, fourth item, right? It's instantaneous. We can see it happening in both places. Now, what's neat here too is that we can see exactly who has access to this. We can share it as if it were any other component of a SharePoint or OneDrive library, because it is actually exactly that. And if we copy the link here, we can actually drop this into other conversations, which is exactly what I've done in this particular instance. Once we have shared that link, we can then open up this our Teams chat files, or actually even go directly into the titled list and see the contents of the loop. So right here you can see here's exactly what I was just doing. You can do cool stuff here like adding comments. You can change this to being a call out to actually insert the person, and all of this stuff has a version history too. So if you click on version history, you can go back and actually go roll back to a previous version of your loop. If you go to Teams chat files, you will see all of these different fluid instances that are previously created loops. And if you go to copy and paste these into other applications like Word, like Excel, like PowerPoint, right now you do not actually get the loop. Right now you get a link to it. So we have to expect that these capabilities are coming very soon. But right now we still don't have an actual loop application. What we have right now, like I said, is just this capability within Teams to create these things, to move them around, to share them exactly like what we would have in normal SharePoint and OneDrive locations. And like I said, on the mobile phone app, they are actually explicitly called loops. So there you have it. That's as much as we know right now. We're very excited to see where these things are going. Hope to have more news very soon. Hope to have a desktop app very soon. Thank you so much for joining. Catch you next time.